If you've ever wondered how strong your hips and knees really are, then join me today for a simple test that will reveal your strength. My name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham, and I've helped thousands of people over 50 to improve the strength of their hips and knees so they can be more mobile and active no matter their age. Now, the test we're going to do today is actually a very difficult test to pass. I would reckon that probably only 1 in 5 over 50s can do this test, and many people under 50 can't do it. So don't feel bad if you don't pass the test. However, if you do pass, that's amazing and you're doing fantastic for your age. If you don't pass, it gives you something to work towards, and I'm going to suggest some ways to pass it in the future if you fail today. Just before I show you the test, I just need to let you know it's not going to be suitable for everyone. Do get checked out before you give it a try at home, and if it causes you any pain, then just ignore what I'm saying. Anyway, let's have a look at the test now. So the test we're going to do together today is called the single leg sit to stand, and it looks something like this. You're going to shuffle to the edge of your chair. You want a nice dining room chair to make this work. You're going to lift one of your legs up, take your hands out of the way. Then you're going to use your momentum to come forward and up to a standing position just using the one leg. And then you're going to put the movement into reverse, but doing it really, really slowly. Now, you only pass the test if you can take a full 4 seconds to go from top to bottom. If you're dropping into the chair, it doesn't count because that means you've lost control. Now, I'll show you on the left side. Okay, so the left would look something like this. You come right to the edge, lift the right foot off the floor, hands out the way, keep a nice straight spine, and then come forward and up like this. Make sure you keep your balance and then put it into reverse. So drop the knee down and the hip down and lower your bottom to the count of 4 right into the chair. So that is the test. And as I said, it's super difficult to do. So if you can't do it, don't worry. For some people, this is just way too challenging and there's no need really to be able to do it. But if you did manage to do it, that's a massive congratulations, because for anyone over the age of 50 who can do that, you're way ahead of the curve. Now, if you couldn't do it, but you think there's a chance you might be able to, I'm going to give you 3 exercises to give you a great chance of being able to do that in a few weeks' time. So we're going to talk about the exercises that help you strengthen your quads, your glutes, and improve the mobility of your ankles, knees, and hips, to allow you to do that test successfully in the future. So if you want to be able to do the test successfully in the future, we're going to practice from an easier starting point and then work our way up. So the first starting point I would say is best to start with is a straightforward sit to stand with a really slow eccentric lengthening phase. So that would look something like this. Come right to the edge of your sturdy chair, take your hands out the way and then come forward and up using 2 feet this time, and then immediately put it into reverse. So stick your bottom out, bend your knees, keep your spine nice and straight, and we want to take probably 5 or 6 seconds to get back down to the seat. And you want to land like a feather. So your goal here is to land on the chair without it creaking, without it groaning, without anything making a noise, because that means you've got perfect control right down to the chair. So as we come up, this bit's quite easy, and as we go back down, it gets harder and harder and harder the lower we go. Now, obviously, there's a big difference here using 2 feet to using 1, but as we build up your confidence on this, we can slowly make it harder. And the next thing you would do to make it harder is add some weight. Now, I've got a dumbbell here, which is 7.5 kilos, which is 15, 16 pounds. So quite a bit of weight, to be fair. You don't have to use a dumbbell. You can use a bag filled with books or something with a bit of weight to it that you can hold in close to your chest. But the thing you're holding should have a decent bit of weight, because we're trying to make this, challenging enough so that you get strong enough to do it on one leg. So using a heavy weight is probably going to help you get there quicker. Now, if you can take your weight and hold it into your chest like this, you want to keep it supported on your chest and then nothing changes. So we come forward and stand up, and then again we put it into reverse. So very slowly bend your hips and knees at the same time. Keep that movement consistent all the way down until you reach the chair, and then come straight back up if you're going to practice this. And I'd recommend doing this probably 5, maybe 10 times in a row as a set, and trying to do this probably 2 or 3 times a day would be really good as a program. And you'll feel at the end of it, your quads and your glutes are working really hard. Now, if that becomes easy, then we can move on to the next phase and make things just a touch harder. Before we go any further, I just want to tell you about a very special bonus I've created for viewers of this channel. It's called the Complete Guide to Building Muscle and Strength over the age of 50. And if you're someone who is a little bit confused about how to go about starting the process of building muscle and strength, you don't know what equipment to use or what exercises to choose, this is perfect for you. It's an exclusive 25-minute video that you can't find anywhere else, where I teach you all the ins and outs of building muscle and strength specific for people over the age of 50. So it's one of the best things I've created. I'm giving it totally for free to viewers of this channel. All you need to do is scroll down below this video. There's a link in the description where you can sign up. I'll send you the video straight away and you can get started. It's some of my best info, and if you use it, I hope you enjoy. Once you've mastered doing that exercise in a chair, now we're going to move on to finding something a bit higher. Now, the challenge is finding something of the right height at home. Some people have got a worktop that they can lean on. Other people have got a nice high chair or a nice high table that they can use at home. Sometimes you can find something outside, like a wall at the back of your garden or something, but you want something that's really nice and high, higher than a normal seat, that you can just perch on. Okay, so really what I'm emphasizing here is just a perch on the edge, just your sitting bones on the edge of this seat. Now we're going to try and do the exercise, but from this nice high position. So you lift one foot off the ground and then just use your momentum to come forward and up, and then very slowly lower yourself back down. Should be super simple compared to the chair variation, because we're only doing, what, a quarter of the movement, maybe a third of the movement. This is a great way to just get that last little bit of practice in. Now, you're also going to work your balance by doing this, because it's on one leg again. Okay, so we've gone from 2 legs now to 1 leg. The challenge here is not just using the muscles to keep you nice and stable, but also to keep your balance. So I'd recommend doing 5 on one side and then swapping over and doing 5 on the other. Now, once you've got something that you can practice this on at home, it's super, super easy. So it's just finding that thing that's the right height and then practicing regularly. And once you've done that, you can move on to the next phase of practice. So for the final practice phase, we're going to be doing the single leg sit to stand, but on a modified chair. So we've got the chair that you couldn't do it with to begin with. And this time what I've done is placed 4 towels folded up on top of it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see how each towel, when it's folded, it adds another inch probably to raise the seat up. And as we discussed before, a higher seat makes an easier exercise. So all you do is you start off sitting on your towels. You can see here I've got more than a 90-degree angle there at my knees. I'm going to start at the edge again, keep the right foot on the floor, and then come forward and up, keep my balance, and then put it into reverse. Slowly sticking the bottom out and bending the knee until we come to rest on the towels. Much, much easier than going that last couple of inches down. So what I would do is take as many towels as you need to practice that in a way that it feels challenging but doable. And as you get better, strip a towel away. Just every once in a while, take a towel off, have another go, see if you can still do it. If you can, that's your new starting point. So keep practicing that. Again, another week or so, maybe 2 weeks, you can take another one of these away. And each time you're doing it, you're getting closer and closer to the chair. And one day, eventually, you'll get so low that you'll be able to do the test from a chair and it will seem like an absolute breeze. For most people, I would recommend practicing 5 or 10 repetitions of that at their ideal target level, probably 2 or 3 times per day. And in a few months, you'll be surprised at the improvements you make. So that's the ultimate hip and knee strength test for people over 50. How did you get on? Did you pass? If you did, drop a comment below. And if you didn't, drop a comment and just let us know which part of the movement you found most difficult. Now, it's certainly a difficult movement, so I'm not expecting even most people to have passed this test. But if you have, That's amazing. Well done. If you haven't, there's loads of tips for how to improve your squat and your single leg standing ability in my new book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, the 2024 edition, and you can find it on Amazon using the link below this video. There's tons of exercises and tips giving you all the info you need to help you move better and stay mobile no matter your age. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribed to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you again on the next one.